What is up, guys? Sam here, your favorite Apple YouTuber, back again with another one. I have fought through hell and back to be here today, and even found this battering ram to make it inside the studio. Drop a like if you're excited for iPhone 12 news. Hit subscribe for more, and we might even sprinkle some AirPods stuff in there too. So get excited. Let's get started. Alright, so we got a couple things to talk about for the iPhone 12 today, and then I'll wrap up the video with some hands-on video of AirPods Studio that leaked. Like, somebody actually got their hands on the next generation big upgrade for AirPods. But starting with the iPhone 12, man, this phone has put us through the ringer. We're supposed to have it by now. What's up with that, Apple? It's supposed to be out in September every year, right? Yeah, but this isn't a normal year, and Apple isn't treating it that way. So they confirmed the iPhones would be a few weeks late. So, like, if you're like, oh, they come, yeah, they're coming. The iPhones are coming. Let's just say because of COVID, Apple's had a hard time finishing with the new iPhones. So let's start off today with iPhone 12 naming. Confirmed on Twitter by Love to Dream, who is nearly 90% accurate. It is a person I consider my friend. We talk all the time, and I know that they know their stuff. So for the two highest end iPhones, for the 6.1 and 6.7 inch model, Apple's basically copy and pasting and changing one number for this year. So it's going to be iPhone 12 Pro for the 6.1 inch model and iPhone 12 Pro Max for the 6.7 inch device. Now, lower end is where it gets really interesting. The 6.1 inch lower end iPhone is said to be just called iPhone 12, and Apple's actually going to throw mini on the end of the 5.4 inch model. So the 5.4 inch model is iPhone 12 mini. This is kind of cool because we've never seen Apple use mini on an iPhone before. But then again, until like the XS, we didn't think they'd ever use Max, right? And they're using Max on an iPhone. Here's why this makes perfect sense to me. iPhones in recent years have been 5.8 inches or larger. Yes, Apple's had the iPhone SE, so it's been like 4.7 inches, but in general, they've been 5.8 and 6.1 and 6.5 inches. No flagship phone, no big selling phone has been smaller than 5.8 inches. So what would Apple do to not only draw attention to a smaller model, but market it in a way where the name tells its whole story? iPhone 12 Mini. We've seen it on the Mac Mini for Apple's lowest end computer offering. We've seen it on the iPad for their smallest device. This is essentially what the iPhone 12 Mini is going to be. And by the way, let me show you something. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I have had my hands on some dummy units, but this is the 5.4 inch iPhone 12 Mini right here. And I will tell you this right now, it feels amazing. Like, I'm a 5.8 inch iPhone user, but there's something about this device. There's something about the sizing that I am drawn to. It fits in your hand perfectly. I think this is going to be the best selling iPhone 12. And I think Mini perfectly suits it. Like, it just fits for this phone. It feels great. It's the cheapest of all the new iPhone 12s. We're hearing it can start as low as $600. This is something special, and I'm really excited to see Apple announce this. But with this smaller model specifically, Apple's obviously put in some extra engineering work because they've never had a screen size 5.4 inches before. They've had 5.5, 4.7, 6.5, you know, they've had a bunch, but they've never had this one. So what do you do when you also hear the rumor that the notch isn't changing, which is confirmed? Like, the iPhone 12 series, except for this one, is going to have the same size notch, and this is where things get exciting. A new report from Min Chi Kuo says that Apple is making the notch slightly smaller on just one iPhone. Guess which one it is? It's the 5.4 inch iPhone 12 mini. You might say, well, why would they just do this one? It's because if you throw the existing size notch here, there's actually really not enough room on either side of the display for the time or the Wi-Fi information like Apple needs there to be software-wise. So what did they do? Let's go back to a leak from a couple months back. It's always so satisfying when we can do this, like combine things and it all actually lines up to tell a cohesive story. I made a video a few months back about this display panel leaking. And sure enough, at the time, they said, what model is it for? Well, it's for the 5.4 inch iPhone 12. What screen panels have we not really seen have a smaller notch? The 6.1 inch 12 and the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. So this is our first look at the notch. Like, the notch on the 5.4 inch iPhone 12 is actually shrinking a little bit. Not by a lot. It's not gonna be the skinny slim notch that we should have gotten on everything. But like, innovation wise, I guess you could argue Apple has made some upgrades here, and the more I look at, again, the 5.4-inch mini, the more I'm like, this seems like the device that makes the most sense. But of course, we can't have too much good news, right? So the iPhone 12s are not gonna go 120 hertz. We have heard this from like every source at this point. Min Chico, with a good pulse on what Apple's doing, has also said no 120 hertz. So I do not expect it at all at this point, and I would say you shouldn't expect it either. There is like a 1% chance Apple got it working and functional on the 12 Pro Max, but I don't think so. So when are these new iPhones actually coming? It's hard to say, right? Because Apple said they're coming a few weeks late, which leads everybody to believe that they're coming in October. But I don't think they're all coming at once, number one. And I think the 12s, the lower end ones, are launching before the 12 Pros, just because the Pros have some extra bells and whistles inside of them. I would say you could expect the iPhone 12s in around the middle of October. I'd say between like the 10th and the 22nd is when the 12s are going to be dropping. That's what I'm feeling right now. I don't know about the Pros. I think the Pros are going to be mid to late November if I had to just throw something at the wall. Maybe Apple overcomes the production hurdles and they get it out immediately. But I do know that the 12s are ahead of the 12 Pros from what I've been seeing, I'll say that. And by the way, these gorgeous, absolutely amazing renders you've been seeing of the iPhone 12, they're from Wilson over on Twitter, who literally made me a custom iUpdate one. Like, is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? I'll leave a link to Wilson's Twitter down below. And some of the other renders are from Darvik Patel, who has also been doing some incredible design work. Had to give them a shout out. Now, some other really exciting news for upcoming Apple products are for AirPods Studio. And this is what they look like. This is a little exclusive for you. This is real. These are AirPods Studio, and I know that for a fact. Someone leaked these images from somebody that got them, and John Prosser, who these images originated from, did some renders. So like these are some super high quality renders from him and Concept Creator that outline what these AirPods are. Now, if you're a traditional AirPods user like me, you're probably like, what is that? That's not gonna fit in my ear, which I get because, you know, they won't unless you've got really, really big ears. No, these are over-ear premium headphones that we've been hearing about for like 3 years. They are coming out later this year. And a lot of people have been memeing on the design, but hey, I really like it. It's the retro look that has been described for a long time. And to me, like, this is what I see. They're very Apple to me. Like, they just look a little bit different than what you'd be expecting. They don't look like Beats at all. They really do look like an Apple hardware audio product, which I'm excited about. I don't want another Beats product. They release like 30 of those a year, and they're just not my speed. This looks really dope. It's gonna have USB-C on it, according to John Prosser. We've heard it's going to be reversible. We hear the sound quality is gonna be really good. And I think these are gonna be like $300-400, so they are gonna be on the pricier side. So let me know your thoughts about these down below. I think they look just fantastic. I think they really look great, and I am truly excited for AirPods Studio. More details on them to come probably as we get a little bit closer to launch. But we don't know if these are coming in October or November or December, just that they are shipping before the end of 2020. And yeah, that's the latest news I got for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new. If you did, drop a like down below, hit subscribe for more, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.